Hi guys. Today I thought I would try my hand at giving a little bit of advice. Today, which is actually the Thursday, although this is going up on the Friday, is the day that A-level results come out. So if you are 18, you probably have had a very nerve-wracking day today. I thought I would give you some advice as someone who has not only kind of recently gone through the education process, but also has now had 5 years out of it, so I can give you a bit of a broader look at what it's like after education, after your A-levels, after university. I also asked my Facebook friends and on the Twitter if they would like to give me examples of how the education process has affected them and where they are now as well, so you get more of a broader look at it rather than just mine, because I will be honest, my experience is quite negative, so I wanted to be positive as well in this video. And on that note, I would like to say, first off, a huge congratulations to everyone that got results today. So it doesn't matter if your results weren't what you expected. I have some great examples of that coming up in this video, but obviously a huge congratulations if they are. You guys have all worked so hard. I have been there, I have felt the stress, and I know that you would have tried your best at all your subjects because you've made those decisions that they're the subjects that you want to do. So I know that they're things that you're passionate about, and I know you would have really put the hours in and just really tried your best. There's no other way to say it, and you should be so proud of yourself that you've got this far. A-levels are hard. A-levels are ridiculously hard. So from me, I was a great student in school. I left school in 2008 at the age of 16 with all A stars, A's and B's at GCSE, and then I took my A star and A grades to college, and actually I found that was a huge step. I think the step from GCSE to A level is so much bigger than any other steps that you're ever going to take, so kudos to you for getting this far. And if you haven't done your A-levels and you've been doing MVQs and BTECs and apprenticeships and all those things, again, absolute big respect to you guys for breaking the system, breaking the norm. A-levels were so the norm when I was that age. You know, no one went and did those really because we were pressured to go and do A-levels, so absolute massive respect for you for going and doing something that you're passionate about that isn't just academia. After college, where I got 4 B A-levels, I went on to university and did a BA in archaeology, so just straight up archaeology. That's all I wanted to do at university, and it's a very vocational course, so I've spoken about this in a video before. Archaeology is very low paid. You never really have a proper permanent job, so you have to have the calling to it, and I did for archaeology. But I was kind of sold down the river as well that it would come with a lot of transferable skills. One thing I will say straight up, and this is my own personal opinion, but I've heard it sort of battered around a lot as well. For people that are my age, so I'm now 26, so that age range that's probably 24 to 30, everyone went to university. Everyone has a degree. So we are in this huge inflation. It's like the fiscal market. Everything is inflated. We all have this piece of paper that says, I can do this, and so we also all have those transferable skills. So when it comes to getting a job, actually we need to go on above and beyond, and that is something else that I want to talk about later on in this video. So after uni, I stuck with bartending for a little while because that was something that I actually found that I was really enjoying, and I didn't really want an adult job straight away. So I did that for 6 months, no, almost a year after I left uni, on and off in various bars, And then I decided actually I wanted to get into my career path, so I started applying for heritage jobs. Obviously this doesn't go for every sector, and heritage is particularly hard to get into, so if you're going off and you're doing business or marketing or medicine or anything that basically isn't heritage, you'll find it a lot easier, I hope. So I was in the heritage sector for a year because contracts, like I said earlier, are quite short, and then I fell out of it and I fell into the retail, and because of that my skills and experiences that job applications look for were kind of getting pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. So like when I'm filling out a job application now, it's like I did this 5 years ago, I did this 4 years ago, I did this 3 years ago, and it doesn't look that fresh. Again, this is something I'm going to touch on in a moment. So on a negative note, education in my experience isn't everything, and you cannot predict the future. So even if you have got your degree and everything like that, you will struggle, I'm not gonna lie. I really hope that they haven't sold you this dream that a degree is gonna get you everything, because it's not. You're gonna have to work at it yourself. For instance, a friend of mine who is insanely clever, I had no idea that she had a master's in biology. She was recently made redundant and is now on the search for a job again, so please don't think that a degree is going to solve all your problems, and I'm going to touch on what you can do to help that later on as well. Saying that, keeping it positive, keeping it light, some people are ridiculously lucky, and it's an element of luck and it's an element of really blooming hard work, and this person, Heather, who has done everything that I'm going to suggest to you, and this is actually like my inspiration for doing this video basically, and she was my housemate actually, and we did the same degree. Hers was very slightly different, but she's been able to stay in the heritage industry since we left university, so 5 years in the heritage is huge, and she kept on at me that I needed to do these things and I didn't, and now I regret it and I wish I was Heather. But this is where I'm going to start talking about what you can actually do. Okay, so like I keep saying, your degree is not everything. So if you are going from A-levels to degree, which this video is mostly going to be representative of because that was the path that I went down, it's not going to be everything. Your A-levels are not going to be everything. You are going to have to do extra to prove yourself as an independent person, as someone who is going to be the best at what you're wanting to do, and just really put yourself forward. So I would say extracurricular hobbies that are going to showcase your skills are going to be very helpful, and don't just keep it niche to what you want to do as a career. So I knew that I wanted to do heritage, but I knew that that was quite bad, so I knew that I needed to get some admin stuff behind me, and I needed to prove that I could write things, I could keep a schedule, I could keep pushing that forward, selling it basically, and that's why this vlog is something that I'm really trying to push at the moment. I also have a blog which I'm trying to push. I also have lots of social media. Please be careful what you put on social media though, which showcases that although I'm not in employment in admin, I can do it to an element, and I can do it off my own back and under my own steam. One amazing example of this is a lady called Fleur. I have been following her for probably about 10 years now, and she went to university and she did English. This was after she completely flunked out of college and had to retake a lot of things, and she found that her degree wasn't really highlighting her just by itself, so she started a blog, and now she's a huge blogger and she has got this amazing repertoire around it, and that's because she's showcasing that. So you need to do something else to highlight that basically. So another great thing to do, and I know some universities sort of say not to do this, but get a part-time job, or get a volunteering job, or get an internship, Again, it shows willing to push yourself, to learn more, and also it might highlight something that you didn't know that you were really passionate about. Like when I was at university, I became a bartender, and it highlighted the fact that I actually really enjoy working in that industry, and it's something that if I was to open my own business, I would open up my own bar. I was also kind of an escape. It's sort of something, you get a little bit of money if you get a job, which we all know students need more of that, but it also gives you like a little bit of an escape and a little bit of a break, just like how a sports club would do it. So Adam, one of my friends on Facebook, he joined the sports club, and he said that was a great release to get you away from university. It takes the pressure off, because we know how stressful university is. Of course, if you're not going to university, there are alternative routes. You don't have to go to university. Please don't think that you have to go to university to be successful. Not at all. There is this amazing woman. She is such an entrepreneur. Candy Kisses. Which obviously isn't her real name, but she joined the RAF, and so she never went to university, and now she has a master's because she learned it through that. Just like how on an NVQ, I also have an NVQ. You can learn that on the job. It's great if you can get into one of those systems, get into an apprenticeship or an NVQ scheme. Fantastic. She did hers through the RAF, so obviously it kept her very fit and healthy, a good pay rate, well, kind of good pay rate, and she has a master's, and now she is her own businesswoman, she is a photographer, she is a burlesque performer, she is a little bit of everything, and she is incredible. And finally, it's okay to fail. It's not really a failure. Everything is an experience. Everything that you do, you can learn from and you can build on. So some more examples here. My school friend Ria, who I actually haven't seen in a while, but Ria failed to get into her first choice of university, so she had to go through clearing and get into her second choice, and that was because her A-levels weren't really what she was hoping for. She then went on to do amazingly at university, absolutely smashed one of the subjects that she didn't do very well in. At A-level she got like 90% or something like that, and now she is her second graduate job, having done amazingly at university, because she kind of took that not failure, let's not call it a failure, that knockback as something to really drive her to do more. So don't see it as a failure, please. Another little failure case is my friend Jay. He failed his graphic design GCSE, I believe, and is now a senior graphic designer for a well-known retailer. So really, those little A's to use, or however they measure it these days, are not that important if you keep pushing yourself. And that brings me to my last little point, which is a nice little metaphor. Education is the key, okay? That's what they always say, education is the key. But let's think about it as an actual key, which I don't have in my hand. I should have got a prop. Your life is a building, and education is the key to open that building. But the key by itself isn't going to do it. You can't just put the key in and it magically opens. You yourself have to turn it into something, and you have to push yourself forward. And yes, that building, it might not have that grand room straight away. You might encounter another door and another door and another door. But if you keep turning yourself around and you keep pushing yourself forward, you will get there. I know that. I am really struggling at the moment just to get a basic admin job, but I keep pushing, I keep applying for jobs, I don't give up. And that is the final message that I want to give to you. Please don't give up. Education is very important, but it's not everything. It's not going to define you. 10 years later, you're barely even going to remember your grades. You just have to keep pushing yourself forward as a person, not as a number, basically. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it hasn't been completely worthless, and I hope that you are going to go and celebrate whatever you've done, whatever you've got. Please go and have a pint or a nice ice cream or whatever you do to relax. Please go and do it, because you really, really bloody well deserve it. Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling now. Please give this video a thumbs up and a comment below. How did you do in your A-levels? Were they what you thought you'd do? If you are like my age or older or whatever, What's your life like now? Do they really matter? Give some words of encouragement and advice down below. Get the conversation going. And if you want to see more of this, I don't usually do this sort of video, but I really felt that I needed to talk to you guys about that sort of thing, then please subscribe to me as well. I upload videos every Tuesday and Friday at 11 AM British summertime. Although it's not really summery today, it's raining a lot. Okay, until next time guys, bye bye!